Beavers and brains, Oscars and nominees. You are now tuned in to the Disney Holic Show.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Holic Show. That's Myke TV.
And that's Jen Diz.
We're hitting the red carpet to discuss highlights of the Academy Awards, from heroic Oscar presenters to Josh D'Amaro's thoughts on starting his new job as Disney CEO. Then, Myke reviews Pixar's Hoppers.
Ooh, it's time to hit the red carpet. This past weekend were the 98th Academy Awards, almost 100 years of Oscars.
Ooh, that's going to be cool. I wonder if they'll do
Yeah,
anything super special. Probably.
that's a big one. And
Yeah.
Disney, once again, was the broadcaster of the Academy Awards this year. So there was plenty of Disney content throughout this ABC broadcast that I thought we should talk about. And first of all, did you watch it?
You know what's so funny? I sat down to start watching it last night, and then I watched the intro. So I saw Conan
Okay.
as the lady from Weapons, which is
Weapons.
hilarious.
Yep.
And that's really it. Like it was like just lost after that. My roommate came home, we started talking, and then it was just off. So
Well, here I
you're gonna have
am
to
to give
fill me
you,
in.
I'll
Yes.
spill all the red carpet tea. So the excitement did start on the red carpet. So I was watching the red carpet part of the show before it started, and I was very pleasantly to see on my screen Josh D'Amaro on the red carpet. And I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, this is Disney, so why wouldn't they be there? He was there with Dana, so the two new executives who are going to be taking over the reins in, I think the day after this airs or the day it airs is his first day. And so he was asked on the red carpet, "Hey, what do you think about being the new Walt Disney Company CEO? What are you excited about?" And I took some notes, but he basically was just saying, in a nutshell, I'm having so much fun.
Oh
Like
my
everything he
God.
talked about, he was excited about, and he said, "This is gonna be fun." Like he kept mentioning that, and isn't that what we want from a CEO
God,
at
why is it
Disney?
the first feeling I have with that? Like joy, and then shortly thereafter, jealousy. Like, how much money is he making a year? And it's just going to be so fun.
Just for fun.
Ah,
Yep.
so
Well,
jealous.
maybe he does the hard work so that we can have the fun.
There we go. I
Maybe
love
it's
it.
that way.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was on ABC. That was this past Sunday, and you could also have watched it on Hulu, which is very confusing because I thought they were getting rid of Hulu as a standalone app, and you couldn't stream it on Disney Plus, where I normally watch Hulu now, because I thought we were supposed to delete Hulu. So I had
I
to
never heard that.
reinstall it.
What's making you think that?
They've said it. Yeah, they said it several times. They're like, it's all rolling into Disney Plus. It's all rolling into Disney Plus. One app, one destination. And it's like on its last legs, Hulu. And it's just for some reason they decided this one more time. We want to do that. Next year, it is moving to YouTube exclusively, so away from Disney.
What? Wait, what is Hulu?
The Academy Awards. Yeah, you're gonna have to
Whoa.
stream it on YouTube, which is more accessible and more global, which is what they kept talking about the Oscars. Like they want this to be more of an international celebration of film, even to the point where last year they changed the category that we used to know as best foreign film. It's no longer called a foreign film because that just means you are American, right? It's now international film, best international film. So they're trying, they're doing some things.
We're doing some things.
So Disney only had a couple of nominations. Disney proper, they have Fox as well, which includes like Avatar. But for best animated film, this is supposed to be their category, Disney and Pixar's. It was created for them when Beauty and the Beast won Best Picture nominee. They were like, we need one for animated. And they haven't been winning a lot recently. And this year they lost. They had two nominees. They had Pixar's Elio and they had Disney's Zootopia 2, which I
Ooh,
have not
Zootopia
seen.
2 did really well, right? So that's
Zootopia
a
did
run
so
for the money.
well. I think it's now the highest animating film of all time, animated film. And I really liked it. I gave a good review of it. I have not seen Elio, but they were up against a beast of an animated film, which is K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh,
And
right.
it's
Right.
such a
Okay.
freaking good movie. Like that movie is everything you want in a fun animated film. It touches adult, it touches it like hits kids jokes, adults jokes, and then it has like the K-pop, which is real popular right now. The music's good, the animation's good.
Wait, did you
So
change your verbiage because you're about to say it touches children?
I'm not saying that on this podcast.
Good catch.
Good catch. Yep.
Solid. Carry on.
So it did touch me as an adult, 18 and
Oh,
over.
wow. Okay.
K-pop Demon Hunters is one of those very few movies that I can just watch over and over. I could just put in the background and just have it because it's that good, and mainly the music is so good. So if you think about Elio and Zootopia, neither of them were musicals, and I'll say it over and over again, Disney, I want
Yes.
musicals. I
Yes.
want the old school Disney animated musical. I Zootopia was good, but it just feels like a movie. It doesn't have that thing that gets stuck in your head that you keep thinking about, like Frozen did or Little Mermaid or any of these.
Yeah, no, totally. You're
So
right.
they lost yet again to Netflix. Wow, because that's K-pop Demon Hunters is Netflix.
My gosh. I'm still tripping on the YouTube announcement. Like, Oscars have forever been something that you like watch with your whole family. And like, especially like, I feel like even older generations are going to watch the Oscars more than younger generations at times. So,
Sure.
like, are they gonna be able to get to it? Like, I don't know. Just, it feels so weird.
It does because I still feel like I'm what's the word? I'm in the minority of people who watch YouTube on their TV like a channel. I think most people don't do that yet or don't do that at all. So, yeah, how are they going to watch it other than on their phone or
It's
laptop,
so
which is
interesting.
not
Like, I
good for
wouldn't
Oscars.
know me personally, and I don't consider myself like the most technology forward person, but I'm pretty good at technology. But I feel like if I went onto YouTube and then I want to watch the Oscars, I'll be like, oh my God, what do I do? I just
Yeah.
like would search Oscars in the toolbar. It seems like it's just a little weird. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. Oh my gosh.
Anything live
Crazy.
can be a little bit confusing on YouTube because I'm like, is this really live or is it live streaming or was it recorded live and then
Yeah.
posted? What?
It's interesting.
What?
And yes, K-pop Demon Hunters. I now, as soon as you said the word, or the name, I got the song stuck in my head. And I've never even watched it. So, like,
Golden. Such a good song. And they performed it. Here was another weird thing about the Oscars was usually every best song nominee gets to perform the song from the movie. In this case, the nominees were kind of lackluster and they only chose two to actually do live performances. One from Sinners, which music was a big part of Sinners, and the other was K-pop Demon Hunters Golden. And which sucks for the other three nominees. It's like, oh, obviously they're not going to win. They weren't even asked to perform.
yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was kind of a bummer. Also, you know me, big Wicked fan. They had they were not nominated for anything,
Not even nominated?
not even nominated. And a lot of us Wicked
Yikes.
fans were hoping Ariana Grande would get another Best Supporting Actress nomination like she did for the first Wicked. But here's the thing, I think when they decide to split it into two movies, that's just too bad, and that's what happened. I think it got all its accolades from the first movie with the title Wicked, and then Wicked for Good was the part two, but it was like, oh, we're already moved on from the awards for that, so too bad. So
Oh my
I'm okay with
gosh.
it. It is what it is.
Okay, wait. So, yeah, I did double check it because I did see this was because it was like the first thing, I think, the first award they gave out during the Oscars was supporting actress um from Weapons,
She
right?
won.
Which
Yeah,
was
she
so
won.
weird because it was right after the intro
Well,
about weapons.
it was that intro was the kids chasing Conan, right, from scene to scene of
Yeah.
other movies. Oh my God, that was yeah, that was clever. She did win. You know, that's Ed Harris's wife. Do you know Ed Harris, the
No, I
actor?
did not know that. Yeah, I do.
Like, yeah. So she's been in the game for a while. I don't think that character or performance was Oscar worthy, to be honest, nor the movie.
Yeah,
But
no. No.
I think something that horror fans are very happy about with this past Academy Awards is the horror genre won plenty of awards between
Nice.
Weapons, Sinners, um, and there was one other one that I can't think of right now. But yeah, that's a good thing. Both nominated and some wins there.
Okay, I need to watch it again. Or
Now
actually watch it.
what's the third one? Weapons,
Horror of
Sinners,
last year.
horror.
It wasn't Bring Her Back, was it?
No, I can't think of it. Maybe it'll come. Let's see. More Disney at the Oscars. So they had a commercial that aired. This is also like Super Bowl. Sometimes there's some fun commercials. There was a new edit of the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer that seemed more like Oscar friendly for whatever reason in my mind. It felt more cinematic. Then there was a Disney Cruise Line commercial that made me cry.
Oh, shoot.
And I was looking to see what other Disney people, and a lot of people were, it was a tearjerker of a commercial. So it's on,
Aw.
you could look for it on YouTube or it's even on their Instagram. But I would say look on their YouTube because it's landscape widescreen is again very cinematic commercial. And uh, it basically showed it's nighttime on the cruise. You could see the cruise ship floating in the night. And then they showed a man, like maybe in his, let's say, late 30s, and he was like holding a newborn baby, but he was walking around the ship when it was empty. You know, it's like our favorite thing to do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, they're showing it. Like, see, like it's so cool and quiet and calm. Hopefully not, it doesn't get people to take over our favorite time, but it was showing him walking around and he was just like so at peace and just like happy. And I was like, yeah, see, I like that. And then it showed then it was like another cruise trip and it showed him now with the kid grown up and like taking him to the kid zone and then going with his wife to have dinner at like Palo or one of those fancy places. Then it skipped ahead again, and he was like a teenager and didn't want anything to do with the dad. And he would be like, "Hey, do you want to do our nighttime walk again?" And the son was like, "No, why would I do that? I want to do that." So he thought he could keep doing what he did when he was a baby, and he couldn't because the teenager didn't want to have it. And then there was another trip where it was just the parents because now the kid is grown up and has a
Oh
family and
my
spends
God, how
time.
funny.
And then it skipped to another trip and they were now much older. They aged. They look like grandparents. And it looked like they were alone in the room again. And I thought, oh, that's nice. They're showing that you can go without kids. It's fine. But it was kind of sad. But then the dad was about to turn over. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. He was about to go to bed, and then there was a knock on the adjoining room door.
Aw.
And it was the son with his family.
Oh
And
no, I just got
the son was holding the
like
newborn and was like,
chills and I didn't even see it.
right? The son holding the newborn, now a grown man with his baby, said, "Hey, Dad, let's do our nighttime walk." And then
Oh,
the three generations went walking along the deck, empty deck with the full moon, 1 in the morning.
wow. That's solid. That's solid.
So good.
And like you and I get like a lot of that too because people might just say, okay, they're older and now the kid doesn't come. But it's like, no, it's just showing that the adults are on the Disney cruise. And
Yeah.
it's also still something they'd want to do.
Yep. You could do it with or without kids, kids of any age, and you can be of any age.
That's so cool. I
Good
love
job.
that.
Well, let's go book that Disney Treasure Cruise. I'm still working on that one. But
Still
yeah,
working
definitely
on
check
it.
that out when you get a chance.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna
Um,
probably watch it tonight, the Oscars.
so another winner that I thought was worth talking about is Best Screenplay. Again, with the horror, it was Sinners won for Best Original Screenplay. Ryan Coogler is the director. So Ryan Coogler is the director and writer of Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. And so the awards that were when he won that award, it was, I think he won the Best Director award too. They brought out Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. So you had Iron
Aw,
Man and Captain America slash Doctor Doom, because Robert Downey Jr. is also going to be Doom, giving this to like the person who created Wakanda in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was just like
that's
such a
cool.
nice moment. And you could tell they all like the way they looked at each other. It's just like they know, like they're all part of this thing.
That's
Pretty
cute.
cool. Loved that. Um, there was a presenter pair that I really thought were so cute. It was Sigourney Weaver and Pedro Pascal. And they introduced Pedro by saying he's been in like 50 movies last year, which is true.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm trying to put together, I'm like, okay, they're both like in big blockbusters, and I'm like, Disney, she's in Avatar, Alien, and he's in everything. And then they pointed out that they're both in The Mandalorian and Grogu together. So she's now in the cast of Mandalorian. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that she's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, so she plays a new character that we'll see in the movie. But as they were doing their banter about all of this, they were like, "Oh, well, there's somebody in the audience too that is just one of our cutest co-stars," and they had a Grogu animatronic puppet thing sitting in one of the chairs, and it
Cute.
was like talking to, I want to say it was not Scarlett Johansson, but someone of that stature. I forgot who it was that was like interacting with him and like touching his hand. And then Conan went and made a joke saying, "You know what I just noticed? Grogu can't clap his hands." And it was so sad. They kept cutting back to Grogu, and I could tell like the puppeteer was probably like, "What the F?" And he kept like trying to do it, and it looked so dumb. And then that big preview came on the commercial after. So then I started connecting all the things. I saw Sigourney, and in the movie, Grogu can touch his hands. It's just the puppet that can't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So so
That's
yeah,
so
so that's
funny.
that. Also, by the way, the more I'm seeing of the Mandalorian Grogu, the more I notice they're showing Pedro Pascal Din Djarin outside of the helmet. So I think they're going to be taking the helmet a lot off a lot compared to on the show. Probably because it's a movie and they paid him big money, so you might as well
Right?
show the face. But it's against the Mandalorian whatever rule. You're not supposed to take it off, I thought.
Right.
So there's
Is
that.
he out? Can you tell if he's like in his own space or is he out in the
Ooh.
open?
In one of them, he's wet and he's up against like a monster in a pond. And then the other one, I remember it being a close up, so I can't tell. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe he
I
couldn't
mean,
breathe. He had to take
we've
it
seen him
off.
take his helmet off in front of other people already anyway,
Yeah.
but still,
Shame.
shame.
Shame. Mandalorian Creed, the Credo. Okay, another cool thing, which was a big announcement for Disney that I don't think I knew about necessarily. They had this commercial come on, and then it reminded me of the 100th anniversary animated short they did with all the characters coming together into Glendale and Burbank. So it looked like that. All these characters, except they had everyone in all the IP. Like Bart Simpson was there, including all the Disney characters, Pixar, Fox, and all that. And they were all coming together. And I'm like, what is this? I don't like when I don't know. I thought I would know if there was something Disney. I'm like, what is this? And they were like, let's go to the Super Bowl. And they're all going to the Super Bowl. And apparently ABC and Disney are doing Super Bowl next year. And so it's normally CBS.
Oh,
So they're all over the place. So they're getting rid of the Oscars, but they're taking the Super Bowl, and they're both around the same time. So
oh, I wonder if
expect a
that was some
lot
kind of
of
weird deal they had to do.
yeah, maybe.
I wonder which one is more popular. I bet
I
you it's
might say
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
Super Bowl. And they can
Wow.
then the same way they did with the Oscars, they can start like inserting their Disney things throughout the Super Bowl next year. Now I don't know if that has uh any impact on the halftime show because that currently is produced by Apple Music. It used to be like Pepsi a long
Mm,
time ago. It's been Apple Music for like the past 3 or 4 years. So we'll see. But that's exciting.
it is.
And that's 2027, February 2027. So
Oh boy.
overall, it was a I would say it was a long show. It was a good night for horror and genre movies. A little bit of everybody won things here and there. Um, yeah,
Eh,
Yeah, that's all I have
just
to say. There weren't many Disney or Pixar wins there, but they were there in whatever way they could be.
okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so
I'm
maybe
dying to know though. Can we just look it up?
yeah.
Horror films in the Oscars 2026. I just want to see what else it was. Oh, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Oh yeah, okay, that won so many awards. I have
Oh wow,
not
I
seen
haven't seen
it.
it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. And it has all the makings of things we like. Gothic horror, Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, next time you and I are together, we should probably
We
watch
can
it.
watch it. But yeah, I'm even more interested since it won all the accolades, a lot of accolades. And yeah, there it is. So good for horror and good or for better or worse, a lot of Netflix wins. So, there's this battle between Netflix trying to shorten theatrical release windows or get rid of them completely. So it kind of sucks that they keep winning because I want more movies in theaters. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Even those, even like Frankenstein, if it was in theaters, maybe I would have already seen it. I don't know.
We had this big discussion at work today actually about you're probably on top of this, but the drama with Timothy Chalamet talking shit about opera and ballet.
And ballet, yep.
And like, but what he was like, what people assume he's trying to do is saying like theater is going to the wayside like ballet and opera have, but like ballet and opera kind of just never got huge to the way cinema has, right? Like they've never gotten to like because they have to perform it in one place one time. It's not like they can
Right. Especially
do
our
it all over the
our
world at the exact same
generation,
time.
the
Yeah.
last and current century, it was no longer the medium everyone went to opera.
Yeah.
Um,
And you just think about it like
yeah.
it's probably about the same amount of people, if not more, going to opera and ballet nowadays. But you still need a physical performers in a place, that aren't just doing it over and over again because they'll, it's
They
pretty crazy to think about the differences. But
at the
what about
Oscars,
that
he
thought
was the butt
about,
of the joke for a lot because of that.
oh, really? Maybe
Yeah.
that's why they're talking about it today at lunch.
Oh, my take on that is I can't try to clarify what he was trying to say, nor the context of the few questions that came before it. But I do think, even to this day, opera and ballet are not as accessible because it feels to me like very like rich, like it's something
That's true. That's
luxurious
true. I didn't even think
and
about that.
like the dress code. It's just
It's
very
always been like that
intimidating.
too, right?
Yeah.
Always.
So if he was trying to say like it just doesn't reach as many people, that to me I agree with and agreeing with what you're saying too, if that like what is more accessible is things like a theater.
Yeah. That's crazy how different it actually is. Like theater is a very broad term in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Like you could
but
be
it's
like let's say I'm a single mom. What's that meme? I'm a single mom, something something. It's a Reba
I don't
McEntire
know it, but
song.
I need to know it.
Single mom and I work too hard. People always play the meme when like someone's like going through it. But anyways, imagine I'm a single mom working hard, paycheck to paycheck. I can go to the movies, but I'm not going to think about going to the opera. Like they're
Yeah,
just
no
two different
way.
worlds, right? So
Yeah.
suck it.
And you have to get dressed up
Yeah, dress
fancy
up.
and go somewhere far usually.
Yeah, go to the city or wherever the venue is. Wow.
But yeah,
Well,
thinking about theater possibly becoming an era
yeah,
past is wild.
it is. Movie
Wild.
theaters.
And the accessibility now for us to be able to afford good TVs and sound systems in our home. Like, I remember when I used to work at Fry's Electronics. This is the late 90s, okay? But like the Bose surround system, which is like one of the only ones, was like $1,000. And
Yeah.
that was in the 90s. So it's probably like 2 grand now or something. And like that was it. Now you could buy like a decent sound bar system for like a couple $100 if you
Yeah.
want to like try to do it up. It's like they really are bringing the theater to your house in a way. Of course, people like you and I will never agree with that thoroughly.
Yeah.
Like it's just a totally different experience, but it is getting it a lot more close to being able to
Yeah.
experience movies in a
And like you
specific way.
said,
So
easy. You could do it yourself. You don't need to like call the home theater experts
yeah, I know.
install it
So
for you.
simple.
Y-
Bluetooth, like
Yeah,
nothing even needs wires. It's just crazy.
it's nice. All right. So one last thing about the Oscars that's going to take us to our next topic is hopefully next year, Disney and Pixar finally get back on the Academy Award animated film winning train because Disney Pixar's Hoppers, gosh, is such a good movie.
Aw,
And I tried not to know too much about it other than some of the trailers, but already going into it, I was hearing the buzz that it's one of Pixar's best in a long time. And I will say it truly is. Yeah, 5 out of 5 on Hoppers. Now, I know you
okay.
haven't seen it yet, and I'm just curious, like, what do you think it's about?
Okay, so I watched a trailer of it recently for some reason. It must have popped up on something. And I literally said out loud, I'm like, oh, it's like Avatar. And then the character in the movie goes, oh, it's like Avatar. I'm like, what the heck? That was so weird. It was like almost the exact same timing as what I was saying out loud, which is so funny. But yeah, I'm assuming it's like this little girl goes into the body of a whatever it is, a beaver,
Yeah, it is a
and
beaver.
a little beaver, and the trailer showed a part that was so cute where I think it seemed like it was her first time realizing that she can now communicate with other animals, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And she's like so excited to talk to
Yeah.
everybody.
You sounded just
Um,
like her right now. That's how she talks. Oh my God.
but yeah, I don't know much more than that. I know you said there was some weird horror elements to it, which I am now like ready to watch it. So,
Right. It is, I would say it's genre bending. It reminds me of nothing about the story or animation specifically, but it reminds me of the risks Pixar used to take with things like Wall-E. Um, and just try to put something out there that they feel like they have a good story. Let's animate it and see if people love it. And it doesn't have to be part of a big franchise. So that's what they did. And um, it's been out for a while, so I will probably talk a little bit about spoilers so I can explain some of the good parts of the story. But essentially, it's this little girl who grows up loving animals, and the pond near her house where she grows up, where there's all the animals, and there's a beaver dam there. And the reason why she loves the animals is because her grandma brought her over there to find a place to feel zen because she was always like they didn't outright say it, but she could have like had ADD, like when they showed her as a kid, like she was kind of all over the place. Everything would make her overstimulated and she felt angry all the time. And then when she found this spot by the pond and she would sit at the rock, she would just go, ah. And the
hmm.
grandma would say, listen, just listen and look. And it would show you that if you really do like stop and smell the flowers type of thing, stop and smell the roses, you'll start to see everything. And she starts looking around the pond and she sees everything. Like there's insects that are dancing, there's frogs that are jumping, there's beavers that are constructing dams so that the water could stay there for the turtles who are on their back. All these things you didn't see when they first showed the shot of the pond. And then they started to come to life. So it's basically about this little girl who has a love for animals and this specific habitat in which they lived in. And then, of course, there's this corporation that's coming in, including a mayor who is trying to build a freeway right through that um, habitat, and she's now grown up. And she's like one of those like badass protesters who would like tie themselves to a tree. Like that's her
Yeah.
character. And so she's always going to the city hall meetings and fighting. And then finally the problem comes home because they are trying to build the freeway right through her house. I mean, not through her house, through the pond,
I was like,
which is the
damn.
house of her animal friends. And so things start to happen and you find out that one of the scientists that work at like the university nearby has been working on this secret project which allows people to go inside of a robotic animal that after many iterations which they show, which is some of the horror elements, like think Five Nights at Freddy's, but
Okay.
animals and not the best prototype yet. Is kind of creepy and is scary. Like Terminator, also like these animals without the skin on, and you're like, and she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you making this?" And they're like, "No, we've perfected it." And so they did perfect. They had one prototype that was the most realistic of all, and it was a beaver and they showed how to go inside of it, which is exactly like Avatar. You like put this thing on your head and it pulses you, and then all of a sudden you get transferred into, in this case, the robot of the animal. And that's pretty much as much Avatar as it gets. But the funny part was, and what you saw in the trailer was the scientist was trying to explain how this all happens, and she explained it in a way that was very original and long-winded, even longer than the trailer. And then that's when the character goes, "So you mean Avatar?" Or it's like
Ah,
Avatar,
that's
yeah,
funny.
because that is a quicker reference if you're trying to tell someone how this
Yeah.
thing works.
Remember the first thing I said was like, oh, like Get Out. And then I'm like, oh, like Avatar. And I'm like, or The Cell. These are all like the same
Several, right?
movie. I just
I
realized
read
that.
a review where somebody also compared it to being John Malkovich.
Oh, shoot,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, which is cool for a Pixar movie to be compared to all of those random movies. So, we end up finding out that there are no more animals in the pond. So she has nothing to fight for. The freeway is going to be built and there's nothing there. So she needs to figure out where did the animals go. So hijinks ensues. She steals the technology. She goes into the beaver without permission. She escapes the facility and then goes on a mission, an adventure as the beaver to find where the beavers went because the beavers are the key species, or I think that's what they call the keynote. Is it keynote?
Keynote.
Keystone species to that
Oh, right.
habitat. So no, the animals don't thrive there until a beaver builds a dam first, and
Oh,
then it
right.
becomes a habitat. So I was like, oh, I really liked learning about like the living sciences. It felt like a fun way to learn about science, like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
They would just like layer it in. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's cute. That's cool. So so she goes to find the beavers, and her goal is to convince them to come back and build the dam so everything else comes back. And where she ends up finding them is really interesting. So there's this uh crazy beaver, crazy personality, and he's built basically like a refugee camp for all the animals who are now losing their homes because of this freeway.
Oh.
And they're really refugees, and they're all mixed animals that shouldn't be together, like
Oh.
bears and fish, and they literally talk about like, sorry if I need to eat you, that's just part of natural order, and then they're gone. The fish is dead, he already ate it as he's telling the fish. But yeah, they have all these animals interacting with each other that probably shouldn't be. You can now hear them talking. So once I forgot to mention that part. Once you're in the avatar, I don't know what else to call it, in the beaver, you can then communicate and hear what the animals say. So everyone else just hears them as chirping and barking or whatever. So she finds out that there's this refugee camp and nobody wants to be there, but it's really the only place they can be. So they're trying to make it work. And the beaver who created the refugee camp um, is is like kind of like worshipped. So they do these like weird dances with him. Some cute things here and there. But anyways, she ends up convincing that the king of the refugee camp, to help her go back and build the dam because he believes in it. He says, "Okay, if that's
Hmm.
what you think, and we can rebuild a home, we're gonna do it." I didn't think I was gonna tell the whole story, but it's such a good movie. So they go
I
to
just watched the movie.
they start going to the pond, and they all start freaking out, all the animals, but not her. She's like, why are you guys all freaking out? They're like turning upside down, their eyes are rolling back, their ears are about to start bleeding. And the humans had put up one of those animal detractor sound things that only they could
Oh.
hear. Humans can't hear it. And it's disguised like as a tree. We've seen these in the real world. They look like antenna tree, fake pine trees.
I
Um,
didn't know it had anything to do with animals. I thought that was like cell
Cell
phone.
towers. Yeah, I think they are, but they made this one look like that. It looked
Okay,
a lot
okay.
like
I
a
was
hidden
like,
cell tower.
what?
But it's supposed to do yeah, make animals go away. And so that was the real reason she found out that the animals left. It wasn't that the beavers were just abandoning the thing. So
Ah.
they end up solving the problem of the noise. There's a lot of other fun sort of like kind of like socio-political things that go on between the different factions of animals and sort of like the pecking order. And I don't know. It's just really good. There's a lot of social commentary there. And I'm just pulling up the cast because the cast was great. So we had Meryl Streep, the queen. She played the
Nice.
insect queen who was a butterfly, I believe, and her son, who was a caterpillar, who reminded me a little bit of Heimlich. Like I feel like the character design was a little bit of a nod to Heimlich from Bug's Life. So he was played by Dave Franco. It's really great voice actor for that. You had Bobby Moynihan from SNL. You had John Hamm from Mad Men, who played the mayor, Mayor Jerry. Another comedian from SNL, Melissa Villaseñor, was on there too. Um, yeah, just a ton of people. Good movie, highly recommend it.
Okay.
The other piece of horror that I would say was um, this is definitely a spoiler because it's third act twist. So putting that out there, but I don't think it's
Okay.
going to ruin it for you because it's cool.
Okay.
So there are some bad animals who don't want to rebuild the pond. And they decided when they learned about the technology and found out they were betrayed by their beaver friend, who was actually a human and a robot, which is weird, right? If you think about it, they went and found the technology, created a skin flesh robot, and then put okay, in this case, it was the very evil caterpillar, put himself into the human, and he was now masquerading as Mayor Jerry, the robot. It's just like it's so hard to explain.
What the heck?
And it reminded me of, remember we always talk about that Men in Black guy from the movie Men in Black.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't know how to move because he's a caterpillar, so he was like
Oh my God.
crawling around the floor as a human. It was so disturbing. It looked really weird. It reminded me of again like Five Nights at Freddy's. It reminded me of like The Fly, like when he was transforming into the fly. Ugh.
Ooh.
And it was pretty scary at that point. Like that thing was scary. So kudos to Pixar for going there and like taking a risk, doing an original movie. We've been asking for that. And it's a good one, Hoppers.
Now, would you say that this is one that you should definitely run and see it in a theater, or do you think it's okay to wait for Disney Plus?
Ooh. Hmm. After we just talked about all that, I would hate to say that if you're watching it at one of your nice home setups, like you said, not your phone or laptop, then you'd still enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I am
Like
glad it
support
went to theaters
cinema,
for us.
however you can
Yeah.
get away with this one. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? These windows are so short, so sometimes you don't have a chance to go out and see
It's
it.
so short now. That's honestly like half the problem, right? Like
Yeah.
I've just, I've missed so much in the last couple of years. I've been very busy, but then on top of it, like they're just in and out so fast. It's
Very
crazy.
true.
Well, I
Let's
want to watch
say
it, but I might have to wait for Disney Plus because it's already been a little bit. How many weeks has it been now?
no
Two?
judgment. Maybe three? Yeah, maybe three
Yeah.
weeks. I'm trying to pull up some Rotten Tomato reviews too, because to hear what other people are saying not just in the fandom but the critics, so that it can win an award next year. So it has a 93% fresh from
Wow.
critics and 94% from audience.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good.
That's really good.
Critics' consensus summarized says an eager beaver for endearment that has the charm to back it up. Hoppers is a sprightly riot that might just be the funniest entry in the Pixar canon yet. And then someone else says, hop, hop, hop to Hoppers, a peak return for Pixar that delivers an absurdly cute and jubilant story for kids, adults, and animal lovers alike. Yeah, anyone that you know who like loves animals or wants to be a vet when they grow up or like protects the animals, they will love this movie so much. So much. Yeah.
Got it.
Well, the only way we could close today's show is with a quick game related to loving animals and Disney's critters.
Obviously.
Obvi. So I thought we'd play a fun game of guess the Disney animal, and I'm trying to narrow this down to non-speaking animals. So these are not the anthropomorphic animals that we usually talk
Oh
about.
my gosh. Okay.
This is going to be the animals that don't talk, but are
Pluto.
in Pluto is one. Name one. Oh, he's not even part of the Fab Five. What is one of the? I'm trying to make a question for that, like Jeopardy. What that would be like? What is a non-talking dog that's part of? No, like the Mickey Mouse family, because he's not a Fab Five, is he?
No, he's
I don't
not.
think so.
Like neither is who's
I
Fab
think
Five? It's Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, and Minnie, I
Minnie and
guess.
Daisy. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. So Pluto's left out, and he has the talking dog in the form of Goofy as part of the Fab Five. Okay, name the mischievous raccoon that loves food, especially biscuits, aka cookies.
The only raccoon I can even think about is Miko.
Correct.
That it?
You are correct.
I
And
don't remember the biscuits, aka
he nibbles on
cookies,
his
but
biscuits, like the English version of cookies, UK version
oh,
biscuits.
that's right. Very cute.
Um, all right. How about a very protective, fast flying, and expressive ding, 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 hummingbird?
Wow. Um, gosh, I don't remember. Wait, do I? Wait. Shoot, I definitely don't know a name. I'm like not even remembering a hummingbird right now, I don't think. What's it from?
Ooh, not even the
You have a
movie.
hint?
I'll give you a hint of the movie. It's in the same vicinity of the last one you just guessed.
Okay, so that was Pocahontas.
So it is
So,
from Pocahontas.
oh, it is from Pocahontas. Okay. Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know.
I would say their name, because I don't know what the gender is Flit. And I always thought it was Flick for a long time, but it's Flit, and it's the pretty hummingbird. It's in some of the like Pocahontas merch here and there too. Flit.
It like I can see it, but I don't know if I'm just making it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I could see a Disney hummingbird, but I don't know if my brain is just
Like with the long,
AIing it for
sharp
me.
beak. Yeah, and tiny. It's really tiny.
Yeah.
All right. What about the iconic non-speaking large-eared beloved Disney character?
Oh, Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Oh.
That's always a weird one when I remember. Yeah, he never talked throughout the movie. He like giggled and made some noises, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I was watching, there's some, it was like, oh, that Disney 100 trivia. I still watch it all the time, by the way. We
Ooh.
should have that guy on our show sometime.
Inside the Magic. Shout out.
Yeah. Um, they were talking like the saddest song of Disney history or something, and they play the Baby Mine. See, I'm like, I
It's
can't. It's
such a
like
sad
so
song.
sad.
It's even in one of the saddest movies of all time, Beaches. They also sing it in that movie, Beaches. Ugh.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
How
Bette
funny.
Midler sings it. Baby mine, don't you
Oh my God.
cry. All right. So name this reptile that maybe could tell time. I'm not sure.
TikTok.
Tick Tock the crocodile from
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Peter.
And he's always trying to eat Captain Hook.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, this one's a little bit of a deep cut. It's hard, especially if you are not a let's say dog lover. But what is the name of the non-speaking dog in Lady and the Tramp?
There's only one non-speaking dog. Non-speaking dog. Non-speaking dog. Lady the Tramp. Ugh, I don't know.
Trick question. There isn't. They all.
Oh, you sucker.
That is a movie where every animal talks, even the puppies when they're born at the end, the puppies of Lady and the Tramp. Okay, so next one is this critter is a kleptomaniac, and
Okay.
so is his pal.
Yes. Nick Wilde.
Oh, nope. We're talking about
Really?
non-speaking today.
Oh, that's
Not,
right.
uh-huh. That's a
Shoot.
good
Okay.
guess.
Who steals Jawas? Okay. Um, kleptomaniac.
I mean, they need to steal to eat, you know?
Aladdin. Abu.
Abu!
Abu.
I'll tell you about it when I got the time. One jump ahead of the bread line. Yes, that is the kleptomaniac monkey. Is he a monkey? Yeah. Monkey, chimp,
Some
monkey. He
kind
has a
of,
tail.
yeah. Yeah.
I know one has a tail and one doesn't. I can't remember.
Shout out to Sarah and Kelly for having a Disney Sidekicks party where Samson and I dressed up as Genie and Abu. Did I even tell
Ooh,
you
that's
about
a good
that?
one.
It was fun.
Genie and a boo. Okay, next is a very loyal and protective big cat.
That doesn't talk. Loyal and protective big cat that does not talk.
And big cat as in like the species. The the
Is it Lambert?
Lambert, the sheepish lion, Lambert. It is not, and I think he talks, but now I gotta rewatch that one.
Dang it. Um,
Wait, that's cute. Lambert is a lion that was raised with sheeps
yeah.
and lives. Oh my God, that's so cute. Okay.
I need to rewatch it. I
Yeah.
loved it when I was a little kid, like obsessed. So I
So
need to
cute.
see it now, later in life. Let me think. Big cat that doesn't talk. I'm not gonna get there. Help. Clues.
Loyal, protector. I'll say loyal and royal.
All I can think of is Bagheera.
Oh,
But he talks.
talks.
Royal?
Royal,
Oh,
loyal.
Raja.
Raja, Princess Jasmine's
Yay.
tiger. Yep. Let's see. Do you know the crazy-eyed reptile that communicates usually through gestures?
Ka? No, Ka talks.
Wait, is it Ka? No, not Ka.
Not
It's
Sir Hiss, because he talks too.
those two. This one's a pretty cute one, and at least when the movie was around, it's still around, but it was pretty popular. The sidekick thing, animal, non-talking.
Huh.
Um, Trying to think if I could see it in a park somewhere, but maybe
Not
not.
Pascal.
Pascal, there you
Ah,
go. Yep,
Pascal.
Pascal from
Tangled.
Tangled. Okay, what about the emotional support pig? Who would that be?
Emotional support pig. Oh, shoot. Not Pua. Pua?
Hua! Yeah, she got to
I don't
take.
remember him being, or he or she,
Yeah, I don't know the
being
gender either.
emotional support.
Moana had to bring Pua on the journey with them, just like you would with on your plane with your fake not fake, but some people may put a certificate
Oh,
on their dog to bring them on the airplane or whatever. Okay, I have one more. I have one more fun animal for you. This animal doesn't speak, but they do speak. They don't really speak, but they do sing. I'll pause there.
what?
So it's a non-talking, non-singing animal, but we've heard him speak and sing.
That makes no sense. Then it's a
Makes no
speaking and a
sense.
singing.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. Somebody else is providing the voice.
Oh, Sven.
Sven! Yes, Sven the reindeer, and we have good old Kristoff, played by Jonathan Groff, singing and doing the voice, which is
I
kind of
did not
crazy
go
when you
outside
think
the
about
box on
it.
that one. That was good.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. That's like him just talking to himself, I guess. We'll never know
Yeah.
if Sven really knows what's going on or he's just filling his inner dialogue. Wowzer, wowzer. Well, that's the end of the Critters game.
All right. I did okay.
You did good.
I like that you don't keep score on me anymore. This is very polite of
I
you.
just like to have fun with it.
Well, I love a game to wrap up a show. And today we talked about the Oscars, 98 years of the Oscars, and Disney's presence at the Oscars. We got to hear a little bit and a lot of bit about hoppers and rounded up the episode with a game of Disney Critters.
Well, thank you all for listening. We hope you enjoyed episode 279 of the Disney Holic Show.
Follow us on social media at the Disneyholics.
And if you want to get in touch, send us a DM on Instagram or contact us at thedisneyholics.com.
Okay,
Okay, bye.
bye.